I think if we would have beat Brazil, I do genuinely feel we would have won the World Cup.
Something happened in the middle of the pitch, like a bit of a melee. We're tackling each other and we both end up on the floor. And he puts his finger in my mouth.
The steps used to go down to the changing rooms behind the goal. And I swear, the police were hitting us with batons. There was Eric's running into their changing rooms, went on his own into their changing rooms.
Any footballing regrets? Hello, welcome back to the good, the bad and the football. International break, always a bit of a quiet one, isn't it, for the old footy? But I've got to say, on my way in, I had the radio on. Stevie G's pulled out of Rangers. Jack Wilshere's took over at Luton. Quite excited. I was like, oh. And do you know what I came into my head? And I know you'll both push back on this. Gerrard, United. Do you not think that would be a good fit? I know he's scouter and all that.
Drinking,
no, do you know what? It comes to me, I thought,
You are joking, aren't you?
I thought they need someone now, just to come in, because them players are at United at the minute. They're not asked about Liverpool and history and we're United and all. I'm just saying, just came to me.
Yeah, to just say it. Don't say it.
I've not had any breakfast either. I've not had any breakfast either.
Strange one though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You felt like he was going to go back to Rangers.
Yeah, they've obviously
But
a reason,
you know
hasn't
what,
it?
though? Yeah.
There's obviously a reason.
Have you watched any Rangers Celtic lately?
It's bad, isn't it?
Do you remember when we were growing up
They're
watching
brilliant,
Rangers
weren't
Celtic? Some of the teams I'm had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them two teams had, and then I watched the Rangers Celtic the other week, and I watched Rangers at Falkirk last week.
Bad, isn't
It
it?
was probably equivalent to League One football.
Yeah.
It's interesting because, is it Russell Martin?
That was wrong, that one. Did you see that?
They were was he done 7 games?
Yeah. No, he's done more than that, isn't he?
Is it more than that?
Might be 7 league games. He's done
league games.
did about 15, 16 games, hasn't he?
But it were one of them where I'm trying to think of a manager who's got a job at a football club where before he's even done the first game, the fans are already saying we don't want him.
Yeah.
Now, if you're an owner, surely you must hear that and think we're on a highway to nothing
I'd
here.
tell you it's probably a bit like that now. Is Postecoglou at Forest.
Yeah.
I don't think they wanted him, did they?
Yeah,
I think they're hiding to nothing there. They overachieved so much last year, Forest. Whoever goes in there is going to be on a downer this year.
Yeah.
It's looking like that now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the owners don't even realise, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah.
But
I don't think that owner's going to listen to anybody, is he, the Forest owner?
Russell Martin, though, going back to the Rangers, he was always going to be one that he's going to take a bit of time to get where he wants to be. Now, he took him time at Swansea, took him time at Southampton.
I seen Gerrard in an interview that I think it was last week, and he was saying he'd only get back into football if the club would match his ambitions. So they obviously don't match his ambitions.
Well, that's what I think's embarrassing for the Rangers owners, because he's obviously, it's been out there in the press, he's met them, hasn't he? He's sat down and had chats with them, so he's gone into that meeting. If he didn't want the job, he wouldn't have gone into that meeting, in my eyes. So he's gone in there going, right, okay, and they've obviously, whatever they said, he's thought, not for me.
No.
Yeah, he's obviously been put off by something, hasn't he? Whether look, he might not have even watched the games. He might have just watched 3 or 4 games and thought, I'm not sure that's for me. I'm not sure I really want to get involved in that. And it might be something the owner said, whether there's no money to spend in January or the summer after. I don't know, but there was obviously something that isn't right.
You are right, though. Remember the old firm games? I used to always think if they come down south of the border, they'd be out of compete in the Premier League. They'd be in top 6, top 7. Now they wouldn't even be in the Premier League.
Well, they did.
Championship.
Yeah.
They did compete, didn't they? Remember the Rangers Leeds game, Liverpool Celtic. United Celtic beat us a couple of times, I'm pretty sure, up there as well. But now the standard is just... I don't think we probably realise how big them clubs are when we're down there. They are massive clubs, aren't they? And maybe the fans just wanted a more fashionable name. But if you look down here, they've not really had big names other than Steven. Really, there's not really been anyone I can think of. They have a lot of foreign managers, don't like French fellas.
Was Laudrup manager there, was he?
Don't know, was he? He played there, didn't he? Michael played there.
Who's
Brian,
the geezer who used to be manager? I've just heard his name mentioned. Manager of West Ham. Is it Bilic?
Slaven Bilic.
I've heard his name.
With Rangers, Joe?
With Rangers, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the lad from Sheffield Wednesday. Is it Danny Rowell? Is it?
Yeah.
I was actually with a lad the other night who told me he was actually going to meet Rangers. And I'm not sure if he did, but his name's not been mentioned.
This feels like a good
Ex-midfielder.
bad in the football.
Ex-Man United midfielder.
Exclusive.
Nope.
Who?
Hey, do you know what this is
I
like?
don't think he'll tell you. I think he told me in conference. So
I'll tell it a bit and I'll tell it. I'll bring it out.
We could have got a little, a live Guess Who game going? Is he wearing glasses?
Like Paddy.
Does he? He's got a flower and he's got a flower. Is it a he or a she?
I used to love Guess Who, didn't you?
Oh, I love Guess Who. It was brilliant.
He's got a tash on.
Does it happen that? Do people go in for jobs like that you'd never ever know of and the press never find out about
definitely. Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. Well, I would have thought so, yeah. I don't think he was going for it. They contacted him and he was going to meet him in London the day after.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Just tell us, is it a current manager?
No.
He did manage Man United. He did manage Man United, didn't he?
No comment.
Oh.
Did he score the winner in the Did he score the winner in the Champions League final?
Is it Ollie's at the wheel up at the 49ers?
No comment. But funnily enough, his name's not. I've seen loads of names mentioned, but the one I'm talking about.
Ollie, you're talking about, aren't you?
No comment.
No comment.
Hey, I'm sweating for him.
Oh, come on.
Just before we
palms.
Hey.
Started, smart, aren't you?
I've started.
You went, didn't you? Went shopping, didn't you?
I've dug this out the attic. I forgot I have it.
It's a bit of Reese, isn't it?
Is it Reese? I think it is. Is it a race?
There's no tag on it.
I think it's a race. I cut the tags out, unless it's like really designer, I'll leave it on. And then if I take my top off, I put it on in a way where people can see. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what? I found that jumper the other day and I thought I'm going to wear it. I'll put it on next week.
Not fit you?
Oh, it'll fit. I'm going to put it on next week.
Still not brought your trophy. It's doing my head in. I want to see this trophy.
He won yesterday. Did you see him win?
I can't believe it.
Paddy.
Hey?
Michael Penge won yesterday, European
Tour.
Yeah,
he did,
Spanish Open.
Yeah,
some player in, by the way.
I like to feel as though I had a little bit of influence.
Yeah, you did,
that.
yeah.
I relaxed him as a player, to be honest.
Them 4 or 5 you topped off the tee really helps him.
As we know, any good team, you contribute when it's needed.
Can we get onto the topic?
Yeah, we'll do. Right, we're starting off here because it is international break and it's a little bit quiet with the old domestic football.
That's why I'm talking about Guess Who.
Yeah, Ollie. We're starting off. Mm-hmm. Chelsea played Liverpool in a Legends game the other day, and the reason I want to talk about this is ex-players who have a certain reputation when they're playing at the highest level. It seems like they've still got that in them now. Like, do you see this with Diego Costa and Skirtle having a bit of a head-to-head?
I've seen the bit in the papers and on the news. I didn't see the game, but I've seen it. But I think with them games, and obviously you're talking about them two, obviously them two characters are going to do that anyway. We've all played in these games. You go onto a football pitch at our age and you go, all I want to do is get off without being injured. And then the game takes over and you start running around like an idiot and you start getting involved in it and you come off and you think, what have I got involved with that for? Your legs hanging off or something's got... You can't help it, and that's just your natural, willing to win in sports mentalities. I'm playing in one next week, actually. I'm going to Hong Kong on Wednesday, play Saturday against Liverpool.
Oh, really?
In Hong Kong, yeah. And then we've got to watch the Man United Liverpool game after it. Yeah. But that's the same. You'll go out there and I'll be like, I'm going to play for half an hour. I'm not sprinting. I'm taking it easy. I'm not going to get injured.
But once
guarantee you'll get into it. Someone will give you a little clip and you'll be like straight back into the mindset of being 21 again. You think you're playing at Anfield against Liverpool and you go off and you'll be thinking, what was he doing?
There was one moment where obviously I've played in a lot of those kind of games with ex-pros and what have you. But I remember just what you're saying about it comes back to you when I see you lot as ex-pros. And, if you look at something like Soccer Aid where you're training with everyone during the week and you're having a really good time and stories and all the rest of it, and it comes to the game, I'm going back probably about 8 years ago now, around that time, Ronaldinho, I brought him down for a penalty. And it was a stone cold penalty. There's no two ways, but I think I actually grabbed hold of the back of his thing like that. But anyway, what I'm getting at is Jamie Carragher went in that hard on ref for giving the penalty, and I thought to myself, Jesus Christ, I really got, he was proper, he's going, yeah, fucking this, that, and I'm thinking, God, it's Soccer Aid this, and it were a blatant penalty, but I really saw that side, what you were saying, that comes back to the fore.
We do it, we play five-a-side, we play charity games five-a-side on the roof at Hotel Football, and I guarantee you it happens every single time. We start taking it easy, and then his team comes on, and they've all got the kit on. They've got boots on a 5-a-side AstroTurf pitch, and it's their big day.
Yeah.
And you guarantee we're getting beat 3-4-0 because we can't be bothered. And next minute, someone hits someone, and someone's head starts steaming. Steam coming out their ears.
It's normally Giggsy.
It's normally Giggsy, yeah. And then literally, then you're like you're running around like a load of lunatics because you don't want to get beat. And have you ever been beat on that roof?
No.
I've never been beat. It's just like...
Oh, see, that's the thing now, isn't it?
There are just people who cause trouble in an empty house, aren't there?
Yeah.
Diego Costa's one of them.
Yeah. Who's the sort of mouthiest player you've ever played with where you go, oh, geez, like even off the pitch as well?
In a testimonial game or in general?
In general.
The mouthiest player.
There's a lot, isn't there?
Where you think, come away.
When it just caused trouble in an empty house?
Yeah.
It was, I think Wazza was a bit like. Did you know what? No, Wazza wouldn't cause trouble with it, but, if there was some that he'd have a go, of course he would. You were a bit the same. You were a bit like that, weren't you? You were very nice, relaxed, but if someone caused a bit of trouble, you were game for it, weren't you?
Yeah. I think it's, Dennis Wise was one with me. We always
Dennis
used to
Wise.
and he was very good
Dennis
at it as well, to be fair. He was really good at it. He got me sent off a couple of times.
Yeah. We played against Dennis Wise in the cup final at Cardiff Stadium against Millwall.
Millwall, yeah. He was manager, wasn't he? He was playing manager, wasn't he?
And something happened. Was he playing manager with Ray Wilkins, wasn't he? Mm. And something happened in the middle of the pitch, like a bit of a melee. We're tackling each other, and we both end up on the floor. And he puts his finger in my mouth. Puts his fingers in my mouth and tries to rip me fucking mouth open.
No.
I think, what the fuck is
going on here?
But that was the way he was brought up. That's what he was like. He was nasty, wasn't he? But look, nasty on the pitch. He was
good lad off the pitch.
That's what I was going to say. My impression of Dennis Wise, I don't think I've met Dennis Wise, or it might have just been a quick handshake a do once, but always smiling, bit of a cheeky chappy. But like you say, on the pitch...
But it was like it them dark arts, wasn't it? Growing up at Wimbledon as well with them lot. Imagine the stuff them lot get up to. Yeah. I thought, fucking, what's going on here? And I think there was actually a picture of the paper the day. I thought, what the fuck? I've never seen anything like this.
Remember when we played Wimbledon in the Youth Cup?
Millwall.
So it was Millwall? Yeah. We went to the old den. Was it the old den, wasn't it?
The old den, That was a scary place.
I swear, we was 16 and we never won the FA Youth Cup for 30 years or something since the Busby Babes, so it was really big pressure on us to win it. That was our big thing. Anyway, go there, I think it was semi-final, was it, or quarter-final?
We actually lost the first leg, if you remember, at Old Trafford.
Yeah, we did. But we go there, and our old manager, Eric Harrison, was a mini clone of Sir Alex. Yeah. Angry man.
Yeah, but do you know what? He's another one, Eric, admitting quite a few times, the loveliest, gentlest fella ever off the pitch kind of thing.
If you let these effing beat you, and every single one of their teams shaved their head.
Yeah, that's skinhead.
Yeah, that's skinhead to try and intimidate us. Anyway, we won. But I remember being there in the game, and I remember this. The dead, right, the pitch was dead close, and the fences are up. This guy's gone at me. Fucking you. Grown man, I was like 16, and I've gone at him. Fuck off. Yeah. Fuck off. Thinking there's no way you can do anything. I'm on the pitch. Coming out of the ground at the end. I'm a 16-year-old kid. This grown man must have been 35. Come walking up. We're getting on the bus. He wanted to beat me up. I'm going.
Same geezer.
Same bloke, yeah. I'm thinking, where's my dad?
That was the scariest place we've ever played football. Yeah. And do you know what? There's only half of it full. Imagine that in a proper league game. Yeah. Fucking lunatic.
Yeah. It's synonymous, that place, with that, isn't it, really?
Well, that's when you need the likes of, when we was growing up. I always remember a game, with talking about crazy games, remember when we played Galatasaray away? And Eric kicked off with all kicked, so he got sent off.
I wasn't there, but I remember.
I've never seen anything like it. The police. I was a little baby.
Is this an incident off the pitch or something?
No, as the game's gone off.
As the game's going on.
Galatasaray's old stadium behind.
What year were this?
95.
Early 90s, definitely early 90s.
And the steps used to go down to the changing rooms behind the goal. And I swear, the police were hitting us with batons. And Eric's running into their changing rooms, went on his own into their changing rooms and kicking off. It was like a scene from
300 or something.
A hooligan film. It was absolutely nuts.
Green Street.
But Green Street, like Green Street. But I think
I never liked Green Street.
With them lads, with them kind of play, them characters, you need them in your team. So, you talk about Dennis Wise being I bet he's a great teammate to have.
Oh, of course.
You've got Roy Keane, Eric Cantona, whoever you're going to think. You need them kind of people in your team.
Do you remember when you had to protect Gary Neville? Do you remember where that was?
No.
Rotterdam.
Oh, the big lad.
Was it a Cruz. Santa Cruz.
Massive.
Argentinian centre forward.
I messed
A few of you lot over the years have stuck in for Gaz, haven't you? He always gets himself in the shit.
Yeah, we're still doing that now.
Okay, now. Yeah, the minute. Oh, all you ex-United lads. Jesus.
I think he came up to you, didn't he, just before our
Yeah,
time,
we're walking off the pitch and he's walk with me.
Nicky, come with me.
Walk with me.
He's going to kill me.
Well, I'm like, I'm not going to. The lad was about 6'6". He'd 11 me.
Yeah.
But you know, it's always great when you're on a football pitch because everyone can be hard on a football pitch because it's always going to get broke up, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the hard ones doing it when you're going down in the changing rooms. You're thinking, all the
You were a
gobshites.
bit of a protector for us, though, weren't you? Because you were hard, weren't you?
No. Well, I won't protect. Yeah, but it's easy doing it on a pitch when you know it's going to get split up.
Yeah.
It's when you're doing it on your own in a change. Remember I got sent off at Watford? I got sent off at Watford.
Yeah.
And it was against a lad, Micah Hyde. Was it?
Micah Hyde, the centre midfield player.
Centre midfield player, yeah. It was just sort of nothing. And we're going off. And you know when you're just going down tunnel on your own and you're thinking it's just not stopping. So he's coming and I'm not giving it. He's not backing up, I'm not backing up. The police come in changing rooms to try and arrest me. In the changing rooms because we were having a fight. So but you're like, well, you can't do anything. It's like with the Bellamy and the Dyer and Bowyer one.
No,
I mean, it was a push.
Was you playing that?
Yeah, I was playing that game at Newcastle. It was just like a push, like handbags.
Yeah.
You see what goes on in rugby? Do you see rugby? You see the rugby league the other day? Rugby league, the grand final.
Yeah.
They're hitting each other and everything. By the way, and like literally, you get one push, and them two lads got arrested for that. So
Did
they got arrested for that. Yeah, at Newcastle when I was at Newcastle. It was like
I remember that happening. I remember
bizarre thing.
Watching it on Match of the Day, the replay, and I was like, Christ, what's going on here?
I turned round like that, I flicked to the left, and you just see a bit of a melee. And you can see me running over, thinking one of my teammates is having a fight against the opposition. And I'm getting close, I'm thinking, that's two of our lads. And it was one of them ones, you break it up. And it was a time at Newcastle when it was going bad as well. I mean, Newcastle was a great club to play for, but it was time when it was going a bit bad there, and results were going bad. And as you know, the fans there, when they turn. And I remember going changing rooms. We was already man down. And then we got 2 sent off. We was playing with about 8 men in the end. Graham, Souness, and Shearer, to be fair as well. They went absolutely nuts. They made like it was just like you just sat there.
Two?
Yeah, at them two. Yeah,
and those two lads you don't want to upset.
Yeah, they had to take the great. Souness actually made the two lads, Dyer and Bowyer, go up to the press conference after. Really? He said, "I'm not facing all them questions when you two behaving like that." Took them up to the press conference, but. It was bizarre.
See, I don't know Bowyer. I was going to say I've never met Bowyer, but I've met Kieron Dyer a few times, and he just doesn't seem that type of lad.
No. Well, Louis Bowyer, I used to hate him when he played for Leeds. When he played against Man United Leeds, I used to hate him. He was like horrible. Same as a Dennis Wise or whatever. You know, you hate the nicest lad you'll ever meet.
Really?
Off the pitch, yeah.
It's amazing how that happens now.
David Batty, they set another one. David Batty was a horrible bastard on the pitch, but a great lad.
Yeah.
What a nice lad.
And like you find that most of the lads you meet, like when I met Dennis Wise in Dubai, on holiday, great lad, but on the pitch, like some of these lads, I'm sure he said that about me as well. To be fair,
we're in our early 20s, aren't we? Everyone just wants to kill each other. It was everyone's aggressive. Nobody liked each other. But like you say, you end up working with these people.
Funny, isn't it?
And you say, they're great lads, they're good lads.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Stupid, yeah.
It's like, no matter what level you play, when it comes to football, there's something about, like, you know, even lads like Sunday League over at yours, who guaranteed it'd always kick off, and you just knew they had it in them.
Yeah.
Nicest lads ever off the pitch.
Yeah. Just switched,
just switched, doesn't it? What is it about football that does that to you?
It's that competitive edge,
Yeah.
I suppose, isn't
It's
it?
like you were saying about when you were playing at 16 and that grown bloke with her. That's another thing in these games when these young lads and girls are playing now. And you've got these parents like giving it pelters at the side.
Parents are a nightmare. And I said the amount of time there was nearly kicking off with kids when I was
many
watching my son play.
I remember. I've nearly come to blows on the side of the pitch watching my son play when he was 8.
It's not like you.
No, he's 8 years of age. I'm like, what? Like, I'm hearing this, get that fucking and this and that, and I'm going, I'm going to have to say something in a minute. I'm going to have to say something. So I've walked over to the guy and gone, mate, what you're on about, the like 8 years of age. Basically, what it was that Ruben played in a team at Hale, and he was Jack and Tyler's, Darren Fletcher's two boys, Jack and Tyler, both at United, brilliant footballers. Ruben was a good footballer. There was another 2 lads that played, now playing professional football. And they'd win every game. And this guy on the pitch is going mad, saying, they're ringers, they shouldn't be playing. So I had to have a word with him. But literally, you can see the veins popping out their neck. You're going, the kids, absolute lunatics.
I always find the people who are like that shouting at the side of the pitch are the ones who are that frustrated they're not good footballers themselves, or they've never made it. You know what I mean? And they're trying to live it through the kids.
Yeah, exactly. Try to live it through the kids. Yeah,
it's terrible. Well, like, when you say about mouthy players and ones who always like seem to be in the centre of trouble and what have you, who's a player who you've played with over the years where you just go, you know, you have them players in a team, you go, oh, he's great, he's good value. They just, everyone smiles, they're glad they're part of the squad. They might not be the best player, but who's a player like that for you two?
Squad player like?
Yeah.
Well, just to have him by your side, do you mean?
Just to have it in the squad and you just go, he lifts the mood. You know, you always have that player who's like, just, he'll have a bit of a laugh. We
was really lucky. We had a great team spirit. It was like, not everyone was best mates. It's well documented. Kieron didn't speak to maybe Pete, or Coley and Teddy didn't really get on. But when you got together, we had a really good, we had a laugh, didn't we? A really good team spirit. We had quizzes all the time we spoke about before. Yeah.
We really didn't socialise much, did we? When you think about it, maybe two or three. So me and Nicky went on holiday together, didn't we? With our girlfriends, weren't we?
Girlfriends, I know.
But other than that, you didn't really see.
So you'd have like little sort of gangs within the little.
I went out with Phil and Julie quite a bit, but we never went out all the time. We never socialised all the time, did it? It was only probably once a month. But when we did go out, there was never any. Well, there might have been a little bit of trouble here and there, but there was nothing major.
David May was always good value, very funny.
Really?
Yeah, really funny lad. Funny lad.
Oh, you're saying about Ronaldo as well.
Ronaldo was funny. But the ones even that you've probably wouldn't expect, like Keeney's really dry, really dry, funny person.
I found that when I did the overlap.
Yeah.
I really warmed to him straight away, and I just liked his kind of dry sense of humour and everything else. Yeah. That's why I love, because it's always him and Righty at the side of each other, innit? And I quite like how they bounce off each other.
They get on well, don't they?
Yeah. It is. I think you need, as well as like your hard cases and whatever, you need that person in a team who just can sort of get everyone together and have a bit of fun. Who was the person who organised your games nights and your cards and everything else?
We just used to do it after dinner, so it was just a normal thing. You'd have dinner, and then the manager,
normally the European away games.
The manager would say quiz, and there was a lad,
night,
John Peters, who was a photographer at the time. I think he still is in there. He was a quizmaster, and he got so much abuse. It was untrue. So we'd have like always two teams. It was the manager's team, and then it was the players' team. And the amount of abuse he used to get, he couldn't. I felt sorry for him. He must be, every night. You could see him going down in his chair like this because
someone calling him out on the answer, or he's giving someone extra half a point.
Everything.
Or something like that.
He's like it's 10 seconds left.
The manager used to abuse him.
Manager would be throwing bread rolls at him, and it was crazy.
We spoke about it. We spoke about this, haven't we? Yeah. So you eat food and drink.
Food and drink,
we spoke about this.
No? Yeah. I remember I asked him a question, he didn't know the answer, and I didn't have the fucking answer myself.
I knew we spoke about it.
The thing. I'll do, when we get towards Crimmy, I'll bring a few quiz questions in, and when we get a couple of guests and what have you, and we'll get a little team thing going on.
Quiz,
See who's the best.
When I was at Newcastle, we used to have a really big darts culture there. They played darts, and we'd be staying there playing darts all the way through the afternoon after training.
Is that why they didn't win fuck all? But they were brilliant at darts.
Right around the board.
We used to play darts quite a bit. We used to have a guy come in selling us darts, and I used to always try and get Phil Taylor's darts. It cost me about 80 quid for a set of darts. I couldn't even throw them.
Yeah.
Rubbish at darts.
Did you watch darts last night, by the way, Luke?
No, I didn't see it. He beat.
I didn't see it.
6-1.
Did he?
Unbelievable.
Oh, what is he now? 17?
He beat Luke Humphries, didn't he?
17-18. Beat Luke at that. That was the lad who did.
Yeah, we played with him, didn't we?
Yeah. No, it was unbelievable, honestly.
It is mad when you look at the age he's at now. But again, when we're talking about other week about like young players bursting onto the scene, he's done that in that sport, hasn't he? Really,
he's burst on, and he's the best.
Yeah,
he could be the best he's ever been.
And again, it's like most sports you watch, and I think I've said this before, and you think, I reckon I can have a go at that. When you stand at the professional hockey at darts. Literally, I'd be struggling with a javelin. Never mind throwing a little. Never mind throwing a little. Like you have to throw it that high in the air, and it has to have a loop like that to get in the board. And they just go bang, 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 done like that. It's mad. Going back to Legends games, this amazed me. So you've got Eden Hazard playing in these Legends games. He's 34.
Amazing. It's ridiculous, really.
You think,
34.
How good was he? And he was saying, I played in one with him in Hong Kong in January, I think it was. He was unbelievable. He was brilliant. He's 31, 32, and you're looking at him thinking, why are you not still playing
Did he
football?
retire because of a lot of injuries?
Real Madrid? No.
Was it injuries he made him
He had a
retire,
bad
or
year.
just
He
loss
put
of
loads
love of football?
He put a load of weight.
on.
I think he just lost the love for it.
The love for the game?
Yeah, I just think he lost it. The appetite
What,
for
is
it.
he 34?
34 now.
34, so he was
So he must
30,
have retired 2 or 3 years ago.
Because when you look at Ronaldo, I know he's like one on his own, but he's still playing. But Hazard could still be playing in that league out in Saudi at least, couldn't he?
He could still be playing in England.
Eric was 30, wasn't he?
Eric was 30.
Cantona when he retired.
30?
30, yeah.
What year was that, Nick?
That was 97. I guess 96, 97. Because we won a double in 96, didn't we?
Because we only had like 2 or 3 years.
We won
the
double, didn't we, in 96?
Yeah.
And he scored the goal against Liverpool in the
Against
final.
Liverpool, yeah.
I think it was halfway through the following season. It was bizarre because remember we was training at Cliff.
It was at the end of the season.
Was it the end?
Yeah.
I just remember, just 1 minute he's there, next minute it's just not. It was like the most peculiar
Do
thing.
you remember? It's probably going off track it a little bit. Do you remember the players' pool checks?
Yeah.
We so as a squad of players, you used to get a players' pool check every 3 or 4 months or something.
Yeah, it's great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Like 20 grand,
maybe
something
like
like
15, 20, 25
Yeah.
grand at some point. And the pot all used to build up. You know, if you're doing appearances for the club sponsors like Sharp and Vodafone, whoever it was. And this one time, it was like a really bad check. But me, Nicky, Phil, Gaz, we were still really young. I think it was $2 each or something, $2.5 each.
So you're going with cleaning up here?
Well, not really, because it's $2.5. We bought fucking 25 grand, didn't we?
Fucking hell, it shows the difference, doesn't it? Well, listen, when I was 16, $2,000, I'd be retiring.
No, we weren't 16, it was 19 then.
Oh, that's all right then. Yeah, fucking 19.
So it come in at $2 each. We hadn't been in the first team dressing room for long. And because it wasn't a lot to them other players who were on big money, we were probably still on £500 a week or something, weren't we? And they all said, right, we'll put it all in a hat. If you want to, we'll put it in a hat. So all the big time players, they put it in. I'll put it in the hat. Me and Nicky put it in the hat as well. And Phil and Gaz said no, they didn't do it.
They put theirs in their ice. So.
Theirs were in stocks and shares in half an hour. They had the dad waiting outside the door, going to bury Nat West Bank. And me and Nicky said yeah. So anyway, they put it all in a hat. Everyone's cheque went in the hat, didn't they? Remember,
with the name on it.
With the name on it.
I bet you were sweating, waiting for this like the fucking lottery.
Yeah, well, it was 1 out of 20, 25 or something. We're not going to win it. No chance. So I can't remember. Probably the captain, was it Eric himself who pulled it out?
Brucey was doing it.
So Brucey pulls it out. Name Eric Cantona.
Right, so the highest paid player probably as well.
Highest player. So you lucky bastard! It had to be fucking you.
But you can imagine all the lads as well going,
golden
Eric,
bollocks. It fucking had to be you, didn't it? And Eric gave it to me and Nicky.
Yeah.
Oh,
he gave it to me.
So that's because you had balls to go and gamble.
Because you two had the balls to put your money in.
Did he do it there and then, or did he take you aside?
No, I did it there.
No, he just said, give it the boys.
Give it Nicky and Paul.
He went, give it to the boys.
but in French.
But
then I was in Welsh.
No, but it was
a really good accent. Do that again.
It was, honestly, it made my year.
So what were you splitting there then between you?
20 grand each.
20 grand each.
Fucking hell, imagine that. Yeah. You must have walked out of there with your fucking little willies rock hard. Straight out.
Yeah, it's good.
Brilliant.
Fucking Nicky were probably booking an holiday straight
away. What's an holiday straight away?
I had enough of that, wasn't it?
I had enough for that, paid for that,
because if they'd have put in, they said, we'll split it amongst the four of them.
Maybe, he could have played for another 5 years, couldn't he, Eric?
Oh, easily.
But he was wanted to be an actor. Maybe it's what's been acting.
Yeah, what's been acting.
I remember when he first announced his retirement and he stopped playing, I read something in the paper that he were doing a beach football thing with Barcelona.
Yeah, with his brother as well.
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah, he started playing that on the beach, didn't he? Yeah. Which I won't fancy that, would you? Yeah. He probably just lost the enjoyment of it all, didn't he? Just wanted to do something.
Do you think it's losing the enjoyment, or do you think it's also they've probably made that much money? They've gone. Don't have to be asked.
I don't think he was ever that kind of person. You know, when he first moved to Manchester, he lived on a normal estate in a semi-detached house. I don't know all the other players in Hale, nice hat, big. Yeah. Nice. He lived in a normal family 4-bedroom semi-detached house, and he had to move in the end because there was like hundreds of people outside his house.
I don't think the money would have had anything. No. So when you're a footballer, I don't know, it might be different for you, Nick, but you never really think about the money, do you?
No.
Well,
not when you did.
That's interesting. When you're training, when you're playing, Money's not the only time you probably think about money is when you talk about a new contract or something, or when you retire, because you've got your accountants and you've got to think about when you're going to retire. But money never ever came into it.
It's a bit like boxing, now, isn't it? You've got these fighters who want the belts, and you've got prize fighters as well who are in it for the money.
The YouTubers,
yeah. But it's interesting, like what you're saying there about. Because now when you look at football, and everyone does it, you hear these footballers' wages now, 300 grand a week, 400 grand a week. But it doesn't come into your mind that it's all about the trophies and the medals.
Yeah, it's all about trophies, winning, being with your teammates every day. That was the biggest. And I even think now, even though you're on 350 grand a week, you'd never know Haaland or them City players on it, because they're still wanting to perform.
They're still doing it, aren't they? Yeah.
It's a byproduct that's very good.
Yeah,
it's more for your
you
family,
realise how
your kids and all that.
You obviously know how lucky you are. Of course you do, but it's never something that's on your mind.
I don't think you'd be saying, I'm not going to try hard this next season because I'm not getting as much as I should be getting. Example, it's just the byproducts of the job.
Speaking about Hazard, and where you were saying, he's 34, he could still be playing a game now if he wanted. What was it that brought you two back out of retirement? Because you both had a little flurry, didn't you, once you'd finished?
Yeah, I think Scholes was more high profile than mine. I'd retired, left Newcastle. I did everything that I wanted to do when you are playing football. You can't do. I went on holiday for the whole school holiday, 6-week holidays that you're never able to do when you play football. Yeah, so I went over to Portugal and stayed at the house there for 9 weeks. Did all that. Did you feel
your body rested?
It's just nice, just because it's not so much for me, for us, because the job we had was amazing. It was more spending time with the kids, because you never see them in the school holidays, because the way football works, you see them in the May holiday.
Timing's all wrong.
Comes to July, you're back in full training. You're in America for 3 weeks. So that was really nice. But after I got to about September, October, I'm like, right, I'm bored out of my head here. I've got no routine, and I just got a call would I go out to play in China, Hong Kong, and it was just like, no. Absolutely no chance I've finished. I'm not really going to be doing that.
What year was that?
2011, 12.
Because I remember seeing a lot of ex-players, that league out there was trying to get people in, weren't they?
Yeah. So
like the Saudi one though, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2012. I went over to 2011 to one game, because he said coming out, and I was like, it's too far. I'm not going to go and live over there. My kids are scared. There's no way. Anyway, I went over, played one game. I thought, wow, what a place Hong Kong is. I spoke to my then wife and just said, what do you think? She said, yeah, go and do it. It was good. So I went over there. Only went 9 months, so it wasn't that long. And I was always 5 week on, 1 week off. And school holidays, they come out. So mine was really low key. Mine was just go over there and enjoy the culture and
the fans must have been buzzing though that they'd signed.
Did you enjoy the culture?
The culture was amazing, yeah.
The culture,
yeah.
Good.
Wow, what's that?
No,
you're getting out there. But literally, and at the same time, they signed Matthias Kesman from. Remember Matthias Kesman?
He was at Chelsea. Kesman.
So he was a great lad, Keza. So he was in the apartment below me, so we ended up being best buddies, and it was a really great place.
How did you go on with the change of diet out there?
It's fine, because I lived on Hong Kong Island, which is very westernised. You've got all the Europeans, Australians, New Zealand, all walks of life there. I think when you go onto the mainland, it's a bit different, like Kowloon way. I remember Scholesey's one when he came back. I was like, oh, what's he coming back for? He must be absolutely mad.
You wouldn't have known, would you?
No, I didn't know.
No. Until the Sunday, until the game.
I didn't know until someone rang me. Scholesy on the bench, and I went, oh,
My mum and dad didn't even know.
Did they not?
No.
So just all done on phone calls or face to face?
No, it was only Claire that knew, and the manager obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't want me to tell anybody. Just wanted to keep it a secret. I was actually. So I retired the first time. I think it was 35. We played Blackpool away in March. We ended up winning 3-2, but I felt awful. I felt I just can't go on anymore. And I never wanted to go on for too long.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to stand in the way of good younger players that were coming through. I think we had Darren Gibson, Tom Cleverley, all them people coming through at the time who were really good young players. So I saw them and said, no, that's it. And he wanted me to stay and maybe play 15, 20 games a season, which, look, some people can do that. I couldn't.
You want to be playing every game?
Well, not so much that, but I just found 15 to 20 games just hard to prepare for me. Because I wanted to train all the time. I never wanted to rest.
Consistency.
I wanted to just stay out there. But some people would be able to do that. And as Nicky said, the manager wanted me to be around the year after to do some coaching with the under-21s with Warren Joyce. But I never really... I'd not done my coaching badges. I ended up doing them a bit later, but it never really excited me, coaching. It was never something I wanted to do. So I ended up going back in September. As Nicky said, we had the 6 weeks with the kids. You're off on holiday. It's brilliant because it's the first time it's happened for 20 years, probably. Yeah. So I went back with Warren. I ended up training. I just trained. And at the time, Warren's training was always the hardest, wasn't it, Nick? Nobody wanted to go over and train because he was like a sergeant major. Right. Honestly, he had the fittest team all the time. He was brilliant, really good with them. And at the time, he had a really good young team, like a lot of players you'd know, like Michael Keane, Will Keane, Jesse Lingard, Ryan Tunnicliffe, there's Paul Pogba was with that group. It was a really good group of players. So I ended up training there every day and I got to Christmas and I felt as fit as I'd ever done. I was getting to probably 36 then. And I went to a game, I sat with Warren Joyce at a game, I think it was either Boxing Day or New Year's Day or something, and they were playing Blackburn, and they were really struggling in midfield. They got beat by Blackburn at home. I think it was Phil Jones and is either Rafa or Fabio De Silva playing centre midfield, and they were, got hammered. So I was just next to Joyce, joking, and I said, I fancy playing again. Yeah, but I was dead serious about it. And again, it was your first Christmas, so can I be able to have a drink this Christmas and relax? But I never did because I thought I want to.
You knew
I want to
it
play
was too soon.
Yeah. Well, no, probably at the time I don't think it was too soon. It's probably right, but because I trained for that 3 or 4 months and felt good, I thought right. So he said, "Yeah, why not? Go and see the manager." So I went and saw him the day after. I said, "I want to play again," and I thought he'd just say, "Go on, you get out of the office." And if he did say that, I was going to say, right, I'm going to play somewhere. Yeah. I actually spoke to Phil Neville about playing for Everton, the chance of playing for Everton if the manager didn't want me. I think they were the only 2 people I mentioned to was Gary and Phil, and they thought it was the right thing.
Who was the
do.
manager at Everton at the time? Was it
David
Moyes?
Yeah. Phil was there with David Moyes. So I went to see the manager early morning. Said, yeah, brilliant. He rang David Gill within 2 minutes and said, let's do it. We sorted the contract out. I don't think we negotiated, we didn't even speak, we just signed the contract.
Must have felt nice though when you're going in and where you had that in your head where he's like, no, where he's actually gone, yeah, fantastic, let's get it. So you must have felt wanted.
I actually went to see Mick Phelan first before that, and he said, yeah, I don't see why not. Now, I don't think anybody mentioned it to him, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, he might just tell him to fuck off out the office here. Yeah. But he didn't, it was great. Sorted it within half an hour with David Gill, and I was fit. As I said, I was fit at the time. I'd had no games for 6 months, and the reserves were due to play on the Wednesday or the Thursday at Newcastle away. So I told Joyce, the manager said, go and play half a game there. But don't tell anybody. Still don't tell anybody what's happening. So I thought if I played half a game there, then everybody's going to know anyway. It ended up getting called off because of the weather. It was Newcastle away, funnily enough. Did I say Newcastle? Newcastle away, funnily enough. It got called off because of the weather. So we're getting to Thursday, Friday. We're playing City in the FA Cup on the Sunday. Still hadn't trained. I joined in a little bit on the Friday, just did the boxes before.
Still no one knew?
No one knew. Not a soul knew.
That's mad.
No, not a soul knew, just the manager. And I didn't train with them on the Saturday. I didn't train with them. I'd only trained with the reserves. And he said on the Saturday, just come to the hotel as if you're a coach. As if you're part. Come with your suit on, come have a glass of wine and stuff. So I had a little bit of red wine on the Friday night, as all the staff do, don't they? So I sat on the staff table. And he's still not telling her, fucking hell, I'm going to look a right dick here. I said, someone, please tell someone. I've got to find out somehow. So they've got to find out somehow. So I'd not told my mum and dad. I told nobody. There's only Claire now.
Did you have an agent?
No, I always had an accountant who's looked after me for the
You never
30
told
years.
them either?
I don't remember doing, no.
You wouldn't have told Paul, would you?
No, I don't think so. So I didn't tell you, did I?
No.
So the biggest issue I had was getting a proper pair of football boots. Right. Because I couldn't tell the sponsor either. I was dying to tell Nike, so I was sponsored by Nike. I said, I need a proper pair, but I couldn't tell them. So I had like some coach's boots. So I bought a pair of boots for 50 quid. I thought,
what were the fucking staff doing when you walked in? You got any football boots?
Yeah, for my son, weren't they?
You should be a secret agent, this lad. Unbelievable.
Nobody knew until we walked into the dressing room. Anyway, I bought them boots for 50 quid, and I thought, fucking hell, they're expensive, them. I bought a pair for 20 years. And I'd obviously bought a snide pair of boots, but they were the right colour, but they were plastic. and I didn't realise. So we get to the ground on a Saturday. I'm still I'm shitting myself a little bit here. And my kit's laid out there, so then everyone see it. I think Danny Welbeck was like, I fucking knew you were up to something. So anyway, I ended up being sub, obviously. And funnily enough, I didn't realise my boots were snide until I'm warming up. This is Johnny Evans.
Yeah.
And he's got the same boots on, but his are real. How can a mine are shiny? I think you can see his face in mine. What the fuck are them? I don't know, what do you mean? What's the difference to them? And then I felt them, they're like softest, fucking most beautiful leather you've ever seen in your life. And anyway, we get to the game, and we're 3-0 up. Vincent Kompany got sent off. A really bad tackle, 2-footed tackle on someone. So there's half an hour left, and I think the manager's thinking, right, it's safe to get him on now. Yeah, let's get him on. And I remember warming up, going to warm up for the first time. I ran past Roberto Mancini was our manager, and David Platt was his assistant. Yeah, and I ran past him at the first, and he said, "What the fuck are you doing?" Thinking, that's the last thing I need. And what the fuck's it got to do with you anyway? Yeah. So I'm warming up. He said, "Right, come on, time to go on." And I'm there. You're nervous. You're going to be shitting yourself out. I hadn't played football for 6 months. I'd only trained. And then Mick Phelan comes up behind me. Bear in mind, I'd been to see him before I'd been to see the manager, who said it was a good idea. He tapped me on the bum and said, "Well, this is what you wanted. You can fuck off as well." That's the last thing I needed to hear. So anyway, 3-0 up. I went on. Gave the ball away. Sergio Aguero scored. Before we're playing, it was 10 minutes, by the way. Before you know it, it's 3-2, and I'm thinking, oh my fucking god! Someone then passed. I was like just on the left-hand channel a little bit. I can't remember. It might have been Wazzy just floated a ball over to me, and Micah Richards hit me. I felt like I'd been hit by a fucking bus.
Big lad.
Big lad, I flattened me.
And you're not used to getting hit as well, you've not been
playing? Well, I did nothing. Yeah. And he just, I felt about hit by a bus. But thankfully we got through it. And then I played for the rest of that season. The biggest mistake I made was going on the next season. I was done. Yeah. I remember, I think it was the third game. I didn't play badly, but I remember playing against Gareth Bale, and he went past me. And look, he'd probably gone past me when I was 21 anyway, because it was a flying machine. Yeah. And I thought, fucking hell, but I couldn't retire again. I had to carry on right through that season. After they give the ball away to Aguero, I did all right after that. But yeah, it was just that initial little bit. You think, fucking hell, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? You just don't. Yeah, and obviously, help you playing against 10 men. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, the preparation wasn't great. And I don't really know why the manager wanted it to be that much of a secret. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'd have to ask him. I don't know.
What were it like when you said about Platty saying that to you? But what were the fans like?
Yeah, I got a bit of shirt down. What? Because warming up in front of the City fans. The United fans are always in that far corner, weren't they? So yeah, I got a little bit of shit from down the side. Yeah.
And you're sat home going, fucking hell.
What's he doing?
I don't know where I was. Someone told me. I was like, no chance. Yeah, I seen it. I was like,
you was out in Hong Kong.
Was I in Hong Kong? Yeah, I would have been in Hong Kong.
I think you probably was, yeah.
Is it worse, just when you're saying that, it's just come to my head this, is it worse when you're on the pitch and you're starting and let's say your team's 2-0 down and you get taken off, or is it worse when your team's 2-0 up, then you get put on and they give away 2 goals, which is the worst feeling? Because that to me be like, oh God, I've come on now and I've fucked this right up.
Yeah. Oh, you fucked it up from the start. Whichever way you fucked up.
When you come on and you're winning, you're on hiding to nothing, aren't you? Because
exactly, that's how I felt.
Only go one way, can't it? If you're winning 3-0, it's not down to Scholesy coming on; it's down to the team that started the game. But
I used to love coming on a sub if we were getting beat.
Yeah, because then you can only win.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Then you can make a difference, can't you? Yeah. When you're winning, you can make a difference. Of course, you can. You can shore up, you can keep the ball and stuff, but there's always that little bit of pressure.
Just what you're saying about coming on as a sub and winning, like classic, obviously Solskjaer. Is the players like did Ollie at that time? Was his mentality of I know I'm a bench player and I know I'm going to get used, and did he kind of, because he knew that he did always get that big hero moment and he thrived on that, or do you think he wanted to be starting every game?
I think every player wants to start every game.
I don't think he'd have gone into a game. I'm just a sub. No chance.
But he had an unbelievable knack.
He was unbelievable
of just going on and making a difference. And I know it's a lot easier for a forward to do that because they're goal scorers and but his instinctively was phenomenal in the box. And because you see what he ended up coaching and managing, he's a student of the game right way through. He was always watching details.
If we were subs together, we might be messing about a little bit, might we? But he was.
Do you know what Ollie used to write?
Studious,
Ollie used to write down training sessions when he was playing in a pad.
Really?
Every single training session, he'd write it down in a big pad and collect them over all the seasons. And he must have a book that thick on.
But he was always. Do you remember European trips on the plane? He's always his laptop out. He's always playing the Football Manager thing.
Yeah,
always.
So
he was destined to be a manager. Know that.
Yeah.
Were you buzzing for him when he got the United job then? Or did you always know that was going to be a thing?
I'd never expected the United job, to be honest with you. And he probably didn't, but he did. Well, you look now, he did really well compared to what we've seen come after him. Providing
on what happens going forward, would you have him back as manager?
Tough question. A few names have been mentioned. Have they done enough to be manager of Man United? I'm not too sure.
I think the hard thing for Ollie would be if you come back second time, it could ruin him. It won't because of his legacy at the football club, but I mean, he could bring prime Sir Alex or Jose in at the minute and they wouldn't be able to do anything with that squad. So for me, I hope it wouldn't happen. Purely the fact that if he got asked to do it, he'd do it because of his love for the club.
Oh, he would.
He'd do it. And we all would because we love the football club. Yeah. But I wouldn't like to see it end bad for him.
What's your thoughts on... I saw Jim Ratcliffe do the interview the other day, I think with the Times, saying, I'm giving him 3 years, Amorim.
Bullshit.
Yeah, no chance.
That's rubbish. Yeah.
No chance.
But what do you expect an owner of a club to say?
If he loses
he's got 3 games, going to sack him.
If he loses 3 games in a row, he'll be gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, but he said it, if you look at the interview, he's almost saying, I'm not asked if he not asked, but if he loses, he loses. I'm giving him 3 years.
You have to say that. As an owner of a football club, you can't put pressure on. What's he going to say? I give him the next 3 games. No
Does that not make you look like someone who goes back on your word?
Because people won't care if he gets sacked in 3 weeks. Nobody will remember what Jim said.
And Jim Ratcliffe can always turn back to the fact that, well, it's the sporting director and CEO's decision.
Yeah. And it is like that, isn't it?
And it is like that, yeah.
If you listen to it, he says, in my opinion.
Yeah. So he'll just go, that's not my job. I employ 2 people, CEO and a sporting director, that's their job.
They actually said, I saw something, didn't they, where they said they had a body language expert watching him and said it was bullshit.
Lying for his fucking
teeth. He's lying, yeah.
If they spent 220, 230 million, roughly, have they got any better than last year? For me, it's no. So I think Scholes is dead right. Who's okay in the signings? Who's okay in the recruitment? Who's okay in the... I mean, I remember years ago, no stone was unturned when it comes to a player signing for Man United. I remember Kluivert when I was at Newcastle with Patrick Kluivert, and I spoke to him, he was a great lad, and he was saying, oh, Man United come in for me, but they actually had a private investigator follow him around looking at how he lives his life. And Patrick used to have a nightclub in Barcelona, so he'd go from training ground to coffee shop to somewhere else and to his nightclub, and he weren't necessarily always drinking, but
his business,
and the manager wouldn't entertain him. So even how good he was, wouldn't entertain him. And if you look at now, I'd love to know what the protocol is of putting a project together to go and buy a player. I wouldn't have a clue of what it would be.
I was just going to say that. There's nobody there now, I don't think. It's a totally different club than when we was there. I think the players now don't know what it takes to be... Sorry, not the players, the people behind the scenes who are buying the players, including the manager, they don't know what it takes to be a Man United player.
Mm. Yeah, you're right, yeah.
We knew that. The biggest gauge, I always remember the manager saying, I used to speak to Jim Lawler, the scout, quite a bit. He used to go in his office. I was interested in that side of it. And he said, the biggest test we have for players that we're going to sign, we'll go and watch them at Anfield. We'll watch them at Liverpool away because that is the biggest test of character.
Yeah.
You will find that is the toughest place to go, probably the most hostile atmosphere. If you can play at Anfield, you can play anywhere. You can come play for Man United.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that he's there anymore. I don't think anybody knows what it takes to be a Manchester United player.
And I think it's difficult to sit here, personally for me, and slag off any of the players that are there now. But how many big games has the new centre forward played? You know, what league has he been playing in? What's the level of the games he's been playing with? And it's no slant on him. Any young player all around the world in Europe, Man United come calling and they're going to pay 60 million quid, you go in.
Yeah.
And good luck to them. I hope he does well. But as a club, as an entity that's spending that amount of money on an individual, I don't know how you go and watch someone playing in the Dutch league or the French league and some of the lower teams away from home. It's not like Anfield, even at Leeds or Newcastle.
Yeah. Do you know what, Nick? The centre forward for Man United is a great example. Because you look at Rasmus Højlund, 22-year-old kid, came when he was probably 20 years of age. Yeah. One centre forward for Manchester United, and everything was on him. The pressure's on him, and he couldn't handle it. He should be coming in and out of the team. Should be 3 or 4 centre forwards there. So this summer, what they did, they let him go, and they buy another one.
Exactly the same.
Very, very similar. Exactly the same. 22 years of age, and the pressure. No, he started okay, hasn't he? He looks like he's getting a little bit better.
When you look at Ollie coming over,
where's the common sense in that?
Look at Ollie coming over as a young player from Norway.
But what was he coming into?
You had Eric, you had Coley, you had Teddy, you had Dwight, you had
Yorkie,
Eric
Rude came in.
It's chalk and cheese, and
is
Scholes
you know what, that's Amorim's man, do you think?
I don't know. It was like a late one, wasn't it? So I'd be surprised at that. That's a really good point, because it's like Ollie coming over to us when he was 22 and we had no other centre forward. And he's just the one playing every week. You'd kill him.
And by the way, that's us as well. When we played, you all talk about us, our group coming through. We didn't play every game. We were in every week on all the pressure on your shoulders. You look to your left and you'd have Roy Keane. You look to your right and you'd have Brian Robson, or you'd have Brian McClare, or you'd have
behind you, Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister,
You're surrounded by unbelievable, and you're going, well, it's easy for me. I can play 6 out of 10 a day, and we're still going to go and win because we've got all these players around us.
Yeah.
They don't have that now, and I do feel sorry for the players in that football. I won't be one that could sit there and go, he's crap, that's crap, because it's really difficult playing that club at the minute, and that's why. And Jim Ratcliffe made a point the other day, didn't he, about the academy? The academy's failing, he said, at Man United. Jim Ratcliffe said.
Do you know what, though? I think he's ill-informed there, because of late, I've seen a real improvement in the academy. I don't know about you, Nick. Have you not?
The reason why I don't think there's an improvement is because when you look at the international teams for England from 18 to 21,
there's not a lot of
I think there's 2 in the whole lot.
Really?
Yeah. And that, for me, highlights how good other academies are. If you're a good player at that football club now is the time to get in that first team, because there's no one playing well to stop you getting in.
I didn't understand his comments about the academy. Was he saying the academy's failing us because we're not bringing people through and selling them to make money for the club?
I don't know.
Or for the first team?
He said basically it's failing. That's why we've gone and got a new man in charge. So they've got the new academy manager now, haven't they?
I'm going. He won't have anything to do with that. He won't even know.
But he's pointing a finger at the academy, and again, I'm not in that. I don't know. I'm so far away from that.
You're a big part of it for
at the time,
good while, though,
at the time, but now I'm not, and I don't know any young players. But so I might be a bit uneducated to have a big comment on it. But the proof's in the pudding. If you've got a good academy, they're in your team.
Is there no one there like you, ex-United, who can give them that history?
Darren Fletcher's the only one. He's the under-18s coach now.
Darren Fletcher is the only one. And he's under-18s manager now.
Under-18 manager now, yeah.
I don't think there's anybody else from when we were there. No. I'm thinking staff have been sacked.
But again,
I'm not saying that's the right thing or the wrong thing. But I'm just saying we just don't know anybody.
And there will be good players there. There will 100% be good players there. I know there's 2 or 3 very good young players there. But again, when we was growing up, even after us, with Wes Brown's year, even after them again, if you'd always have 5 or 6 Man United players going away with England, all age groups. We used to go to, when I was at the academy manager there, the whole training ground would be deserted, and you'd have 5 players training because the rest of them are on international duties. And I think there's 2 out of the whole 18s to 21 in England set up. 2. Now that's alarming to me.
We also had the pathway, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had a manager who believed in young players. Now, Man United, they've paid a lot of money for players who aren't good enough. You'd think if they're paying 30, 40 million for an average player, and this might be where they're saying the academy is failing. Have we not got somebody in the academy who's just as good as that?
But do you not know something, Scholesy? They've just sold 3 of the academy products. that are now shining in other clubs.
Rashford, McTominay.
McTominay. Gomez, he's flying.
Gomez doing well at Marseille.
He's absolutely flying at Marseille. And you're going, oh, well...
Surely someone at the club will see all that and
hindsight's easier to say.
Hell.
Hindsight's easy, and it's easy for two old Man United players who come through the academy to sit here and go, that's rubbish, that's not great. But I'm telling you now, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if I get slagged off for saying it. Man United is like Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona. They're institutions, they're not just football clubs. And unless you have people that know what it takes to get from there to there, and Darren is one, so they've got one within Darren, but they need more than one. I don't care who it is, I don't care who comes into that football club, unless you've got people that know to get from one extreme
know what it
to another,
takes,
you're pissing against the wind.
I think that's what I like about Liverpool. When you look at them as a club, like you were just saying, their institutions, they always seem to, whenever I've been there over the years at dues or played in charity games, they always seem to have a big ex-player presence amongst the club.
Bayern Munich, same.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, the same. Barcelona, the same. Man United used to be the same. Now it's not.
Think of what we had watching us. Like when we were coming through, we've got Bobby Charlton.
Yeah.
In his suit, looking smart, representing the club. That's the example you should be like. He's coming watching us training. Brian Robson coming watch us training. Dennis Irwin's there. Nobby Styles, our coach. Brian Kidd.
Yeah.
It was just riddled. The coaches and the people behind the scenes were riddled with the history of the club. Yeah. I don't see any of that now. We're employing people from City who've been at City.
It's terrible. It's wrong. It's wrong, and people will comment on.
We got onto this.
People will comment on this. People will comment on this, and it'll be, look at them two old players now moaning about. But it's a fact. It's an absolute fact that they don't know what it takes to get from A to B at that football club. They don't.
We know for a fact when the manager was leaving, Sir Alex was leaving, he always pointed to the Bayern Munich model, and he always wanted us lot. In fact, and again, as Nicky said, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. Yeah. But he always saw Bayern Munich with Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, with Franz Beckenbauer, all around like an institution, as Nicky said.
By the way, I left, and he left, so I'm not after a job there. And I know he isn't. I left on my own accord, but someone should be in there, whether it's a Phil Jones or whoever it's going to be, someone should be in there and know what it takes to get in, from A to B and stay in that football club, because it's sad what happens, and there's no other big football club that happens with. No,
you've got people that are available now. You think you Michael Carrick's, you Wayne Rooney's possibly. I don't know, Darren Fletcher. Great people who know the history of the club. They know what it's like to play for them. They know what it takes to be a Manchester
They're all still
United
in the area as well.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Lads, we've got our first community questions. I don't know why it's called community.
We've not seen these.
Just punters, isn't it? Just punters first time this. Right. Big moment. Simon, no surname. He wants to know, what's the most important position on a football pitch? Easy, goalkeeper. Right, next question.
Centre midfield.
Centre
midfield, yeah.
What do you expect?
I think
the engine of the team.
I think they're all that.
Goalkeeper's a big one.
Goalkeeper's a big one. It is a big one.
It's become even bigger now, a goalkeeper. You think about it, Jesus.
But I think we spoke about it a while ago. I think the spine of your team, it's got to be one of the positions down the spine. You centre back, your goalkeeper, centre midfielder, forward. I would go midfield because that's my position, and that's where you look at all the main drive. It is the engine, like Scholesy said, but others might say centre forward, score goals, and Paddy, you'll say a goalkeeper, won't you?
Oh, I certainly will. Sub. Yeah. So, Amanda wants to know, how long does it take you to recover from a season where you don't win the league?
Good question, that.
A day. Straight after it, you're ready to go again.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, because you're that disappointed and gutted about it. You start thinking about the season straight away. Well, I did anyway.
You can't wait for it to start.
You can't wait to get going again. And then there's a determination from the start of next season. I remember because Chelsea were really good at one point. I think Chelsea had won the league maybe a couple of times, maybe three. I don't know. But I remember leading up to Christmas, we were so determined. We were like winning every game and got ahead of Christmas time. Like, that's it. We're not losing this. And I think there has to be that. The disappointment sometimes is a good thing.
Yeah. I think for me,
losing is a good thing.
When we lost the league, and the big one was when the year before the treble, we didn't win anything. No. And I think it was third or fourth in the league.
I don't know.
I think it was third.
Yeah, you have to make sure you get your facts right. Have you seen that fella on
Oh,
HMRC. I've seen it.
No.
He goes,
he pulls everyone up.
Everybody who tells stories on her stuff, he makes sure it's true. Is it Lee Clark?
No, he did Everett though, didn't he?
Did he Patrice,
you're in it.
Am I in it? What did I say?
You're in it. So no, you're not saying it. Right, no, okay. You're part of Everett's story where the story was. And I won't have got this right. You're playing someone like Milan or something like that, and it was about Alex Ferguson saying to you, "You're on a yellow card. Don't do anything silly."
Right.
And you went on in the second half, and within a minute, you've got boots and you're off. The actual real story is you got a yellow card in the first half.
Right.
And Sir Alex took you off anyhow.
Right.
So you never even saw the second half, but Evra's going, we're in the change room and Scholesey's, and then he comes on and he gets taken off and everyone's laughing and the guy they hit him as he goes, oh, hang on a minute. That did not happen.
The one that someone told me about was Lee Clark, who's played for Newcastle. Who's the toughest player you played against? He said Zinedine Zidane in the Champions League.
He's not playing.
He'd never played in the Champions League or against Zidane.
Can I just...
I think that's true, anyway.
If HMRC's watching...
I know, yeah.
Hang on.
Sorry.
I played against Zidane.
All right.
Oh, yes, I did. You can have that, Clark.
Is that true, though?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, what year?
That's true. What competition? Whatever year he played at Soccer Aid.
I
was on the pitch playing
I played when Zidane played.
Yeah.
Figo.
Do you know what? That for me was one of my best Soccer Aids. The whole week,
I was there, mate.
I'll tell you, it was brilliant.
That was just Stag Down in London.
Honestly, it was. That was kind of one of the last Soccer Aids. So, listen, I love Soccer Aid. I still do it now, but I've seen it change over the years. But that was the last kind of real, full-on sort of stag do. But not only that, like massive players playing in it. Ex-pros.
Figo
and all your like your Will Ferrells and Mike Myers and all that. You know, it was like
Woody
one
Harrison.
of them times.
Woody Harrison played.
Woody Harrelson, yeah. Who randomly during training, because he went out to some park in London, Woody Harrelson, and we're just playing footy with a load of kids, and none of the kids knew who he were. Just to get extra training in.
It was no good, was it?
Shocking.
Yeah, but you know, but you know what though? What I loved about Woody during them, I think he played in 2 Soccer Aids. Just his spirit, like you could tell he just wanted to be there. He loved football, and I don't give a toss what level you're at in those games because you'll have your good players and you've got lads who you're relying on. But if someone's going, do you know what? I love to be there. And all those big hitters, especially the American lads, like say your Will Ferrells and your Mike Myers, Gerrard Butler, I know he's Scottish, but he was like doing 300 at the time, what have you. All of them were just football fans, want to be there.
Loved being there.
And what a, HMRC, I played against Zidane and Figo and Ronaldinho. The list goes on. I don't like to talk about it, if I'm being honest. Right. Brian wants to know, what was your worst ever performance? What game was that for you both?
You know, my worst ever game? There's a few. I was crap in a lot of games of football. There was one against Arsenal at home for Man United. I was awful. I think I come off half time. My worst ever game. Remember when David Beckham scored the free kick against Greece?
Oh yeah.
That was horrific. Yeah.
So it was an England game?
An England game at Old Trafford, yeah, that was shocking.
But isn't it funny, because of that free kick, that's overshadowed everything. Yeah. No one ever talks about it.
But to be fair,
thanks, David.
Beck's weren't much better. He had about 15 free kicks. Remember, he had like loads of free kicks. And I think the last one is, I think Teddy tried to get it off him. If you see it on the camera, he's pushed Teddy out of the way. I said, I'll take it. And he must have missed about 8. And puts it in top bin.
Doing that.
I had a few shockers, obviously. The one that sticks to my mind, I played Sheffield Wednesday away. Right. Brought me off at half time. He said to me, "You fucking..." And then
never play for this club again.
It's going on like that. Yeah, but I kept on. I was always the one who answered back, so I'd get a bit more back my way. I went to see him the next day. He went, "Listen," I said, "What?" He said, "I don't know what went on with you yesterday." It's quite funny. I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "You had 2 fucking left feet on you, didn't you?" I had to set you off for your own good.
That was the worst thing about it.
I set you off for your own good. I'm like, "Oh, I've got it. I couldn't. You got no answer, have you?" I've got, all right, fair enough.
That's the worst thing. The day after when you think it's all gone. He brought me off after I'd come back from retirement. We played a European game. I was shit again. And we saw him in for breakfast in the morning. You know, he's trying not to bump into him. So
Yeah.
he looked at me and, what the fuck was wrong with you last night? I'm trying to forget about that.
Brought you off for your own good. I'm going to have that on my gravestone.
This is quite a nice one from Eddie. Any footballing regrets? Anything happened to you in your careers? You go, I should have done that. Regret that.
Probably my England career, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough for England. And
why was that, though?
I don't know. I just didn't play very well.
I think I
just
know.
Didn't play very well.
I think I know. Scholesy was a homeboy. He always wanted to be at home.
Didn't like being away.
Didn't like being away. So straight away, if you put yourself in an environment where you're not happy, and we spoke about it several times, and you're away from home for a long time, and you're in an environment you're not happy, you're not going to go on the pitch and be happy, and you're not going to play well. I do think that's why Scholesy's career wasn't what it was at Man United, because he was definitely a home family guy and wants to be at home all the time. And you are away for a long time now.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there won't get that. They just won't understand it. They'll be thinking you're playing for your country, it should be all end up, which it is. But if you're not used to or don't like a certain thing in your life, you're not going to go on a football pitch and play well.
Yeah, and that time when you were in the England squad, I think it was Steven Gerrard talking to Rio the other day when it was a little bit splintered as well. So you weren't all.
Yeah, well, look, that's we spoke about lows. It was splintered. We didn't like each other. So it was Liverpool. I never felt that with Arsenal. Chelsea maybe a little bit, but we were so engulfed in our rivalry at club level.
The Premier League's too big. The Premier League's too big. The Premier League's bigger.
It was then. I don't think it is as much now. Yeah.
Anything back then.
No, don't get me wrong. Even if we're best of mates, we still might not have won something. You still have your Frances, your Brazils.
You don't have to be best mates. I don't think that's you don't have to be best mates.
I'm not saying you don't have to, but I was saying even if everyone's saying because we weren't best mates, we didn't win some. If we were best mates, we still might not have won because we played great teams.
Dinner. I disagree a little bit with Stevie G on this one. It's like, it wasn't like I ever went down to breakfast and gone, none of the Man United lads are here. I'm not sitting. I'd go over and sit with Robbie Fowler. I knew Robbie since we was 15, playing schoolboy, England schoolboys, and 15s, 18s, 20. Sol Campbell the same. So it was just because we had so many people from Man United in the squad. There was 8 of us, so we'd always sit there. So if you go on a building site and you're going for lunch, you go and sit next to your mates. You're not going to go and sit again. It's just a natural. You gravitate to people like you grow up with and you know. But their opinion might be different, but the Liverpool lads were cliquey, the Man United lads were cliquey, the Chelsea. But it didn't bother me that.
We were also obsessed with time because we had a manager who restricted.
Fucking hell, no, I know that.
No, but
Jesus.
seriously, we were obsessed with being there on time, so we was always there 5-10 minutes early. It'd be the same 5 or 6 of us there, always early. So we'll just what we're going to do.
So you'd be together.
You're not going to sit on 5 different tables, are you?
Yeah, and I remember, and I'll say his name because he's a really good fella, Sammy Lee.
Yeah.
A great fella.
Sammy used to come and sit with us.
Greg's Liverpool coach used to come and sit with us, and he'd actually say to us, "We can always tell a Man United player."
Yeah.
You can always tell a Man United player. Disciplined and on time. I swear, he used to say that, and that's a Liverpool coach.
Yeah.
So if people won't have a pop at us for that, crack on.
No, I totally get it. What about yourself? What about you,
Paddy?
Crack on.
Okay, now one day, and I'm not going to get involved.
You were last against her, weren't you?
But I was on time though. I was last to be on time. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Well done.
I'm not going to mention week before. What about yourself? Regrets?
Lots of regrets, but I think the one that comes to my mind is, remember when we played Brazil in the quarter-final, England?
Yeah.
I think if we would have beat Brazil, I do genuinely feel we would have won the World Cup. I do, because if you look at the way it went from there, Brazil then played Turkey, I think, in the semi-final.
Your facts are right.
I think it was, and we would have beat Turkey. Could we beat them in the qualifier? We beat them two or three times earlier in the couple of years, build up to it. And then it was Germany in the final, and I would have fancied us. You never say ever.
Yeah.
But for me personally, remember before the first half, we was 1-0 up, Michael scored. And I think it was Ronaldinho was running through the middle. And I think he ran past you, he ran past me, he ran past Ashley Cole. Now, I can't control what Scholes does or Ashley Cole does, but I can control what I do. I should have just brought him down, hacked him. I think it's about, I'm not sure again, but I think it's about 2 or 3 minutes before half time. And Ronaldinho went right for the middle of us. He played it out to Rivaldo. He just bent it into the far right. That sticks in my head, that, because I know if I just took him out, or Scholesy would have took him out, or Ashley Cole would have took him out, would have gone in at half time, 1-0 up.
Yeah.
And if you remember, if I'm right again, he got me all paranoid about being right now with this guy.
I'm thinking about forgetting this fella's watching.
And then the second half comes, would have been 1-0 up. They got a man sent off straight away. We ain't getting beat. We ain't getting beat. Then even if that fluke of a goal, Ronaldinho free kick goes in, we're not getting beat with the defenders that we had. 1-0 up with 10 men, Rio, Big Sol, Ash. Ashley Cole was the best left back in the world then, don't care what anyone says. Roberto Carlos on the other side.
He's another one for me, Ashley Cole, by the way. Lovely lad.
Yeah.
Always gets a bit of stick
Great
in
lad.
nice
lad.
guy.
So half time comes and you 1-0 up. If the man he scores a goal, then gets sent off. But yeah, that's my regret. I can't
remember what he got sent off for.
He went over the top. He went over the top of his studs. I can't remember who it was against.
It was
one of them ones where he just goes like that. It wasn't a dirty one. It was just nasty. Ended up nasty. But I think that's my regret. I should have somehow. It was Scholesy should have fucking brought him down anyway, not me. But I wish I could have got there and brought him down.
That's like Peter Reid against fucking Maradona. Kick him.
So his biggest regret is me not bringing Ronaldinho down.
Yeah, really? Absolutely. Yeah. So
it's your fault, essentially.
Yeah. So Eddie, that's Scholesy's my biggest regret.
Thanks for watching today's The Good, The Bad and The Football. We're back every Monday from 6 o'clock and you can catch us on Apple, YouTube, Spotify, all the usual platforms. Cheers.